Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newest episode of Music Theory Mondays. Today we're going to ask the question, what is a scale? All right, now obviously you have the chromatic scale, the major scale, the major pentatonic scale, the minor pentatonic scale, the harmonic minor, the melodic minor. There's all the modes and all the exotic scales that come off of them. What is a scale? Like really? Let's break this down from a layperson's perspective. A scale is none other than a recipe, okay? Now, in music, in Western music, we have these 12 notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all right? There's your full musical octave. That was known as the chromatic scale. It contains all of the notes in Western music, all right? They're all half steps apart, 12 notes total. What we're going to do is we got to find a way to create certain sounds, right? Certain scales evoke certain moods. The major scale is happy and bright. The minor scale is a little bit darker and sad. And of course, those two emotions being probably the most prominent in music, there are offshoots of those. Like the Lydian mode is also bright, but it's also got a spacey vibe to it. And the Phrygian mode is also of the minor variety, but it's a little bit more mysterious sounding than the regular minor scale. So what is a scale essentially? A scale is essentially, as I said before, is just a recipe. It's just taking various notes from the 12 that exist and creating a certain intervallic pattern, meaning that the distance between the notes, for example, of the major scale, it's a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and then half step. That intervallic formula gives you what we call the major scale. And the major scale is, like I said, it's bright and it's happy. So all the scale is essentially is just a collection of notes, a specific intervallic formula apart from each other, all the notes being a specific distance from each other. And that scale evokes a certain emotion. It's given a certain name. We pass down these names from person to person. We learn the scales. We learn what they're like and how to use them. And that helps us create music. All right? So if you're looking to do something that's going to be, you know, little kid friendly, happy and upbeat, you're probably going to want to use that major scale. If you're in a rock band, you're probably going to want to use the minor scale. If you're doing something jazzy, maybe you'll throw in that whole tone scale, right? Something different. And then, of course, one of my personal favorites being the Phrygian dominant mode. I love the way that sounds. All right, so you have different scales for different moods. Think of the scales as recipes and know what you want to create. Choose the right recipe, learn the chords of that scale, and have fun making music. I hope that gave you guys a little bit of an insight as to what scales are in relation to the big picture, how to think of them differently than just being notes that you have to memorize. Think of them as recipes. Think of them as vibes and things that you can use to create certain atmospheres within your music. As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.